This episode of Total Drama Reviews contains clips from Total Drama Action. I do not own Total Drama Action. All rights go to FreshTV. Remember to be civil and do not be me in the comments. Seriously, it can get really messed up. Carpe diem, my name is Ultranatic, and welcome back to Total Drama Reviews. This is where I, as a lover of animation and reality shows, look over the show and combine them together the best. And before we go any further, quick schedule update. Got it? Good. Now, for this grand return, we need to pick up from where we left off. So, let's discuss Rock and Rule very briefly.
What happened is a first for the show. A contestant accidentally voted themselves off.
In my last Total Drama review, I dealt with what many consider the worst episode of not just Total Drama Action, but one of the worst episodes of the entire franchise. Cringeworthy beginning, awful ending, and a couple inclusions like Owen returning, which you could argue bogged things down.
Hey, everybody! Owen, you were supposed to wait for your cue.
I don't mind that last one much, but episode on whole, 2 thumbs down. And if that weren't bad enough, the rest of the season allegedly doesn't exactly improve from there. Oh, I've looked forward and there is no episode after Rock and Rule that's worse than it this season, but even taking that low bar into account, the remainder of this season from the final 5 to the final 2 were basically duds for a decent portion of Total Drama's fan base. And my response to this backlash? I don't get it. I'm not calling any of these episodes godsends or anything. I'm not even sure I'd call any of them that good, but I wouldn't call any of them that bad either. But to best illustrate my opinion, we have to go over the episodes proper. So let's go over the first episode after Rock and Rule, Crouching Courtney, Hidden Owen. Now we're dabbling in the martial arts genre of movies, which I'm actually more versed in than some other genres we've tackled. Not much, but hey, I've at least seen the movie the title is referencing. That's more expertise than I expected I'd have at least. I can't say this genre is completely my thing, but it's elegant while still packing quite a bit of action. The appeal kinda speaks for itself. But now for the task of making it into a comedy and animated reality series reportedly going downhill. Does it succeed? Well, we're going to find out. Can this episode muster the excellence of its namesake, or, ouch, I hope not that. Well, get out your Daniel-san headband. This is Crouching Courtney, Hidden Owen. We open up, presumably the morning after Lindsay got voted out, as Beth and Courtney have, to say the least, an interesting conversation.
I can't believe how exhausting all that rock and rollin' was. Well, I can't believe Lindsay voted herself off. It was selfish and thoughtless of Lindsay to leave so close to the finals. Now there's 3 guys and only 2 girls. I'm basically being forced to form an alliance with Beth.
Wow, 20 seconds in. 20 seconds in already, I have to break out another CLR, aka Criticism Lightning Round. First, what are you guys tired from again?
I can't believe how exhausting all that rock and rollin' was.
Wrong.
Yeah, no one was displaying signs of fatigue at the end of the last episode. And sure, workouts can show strains the day after, but I wouldn't call that challenge the most physically demanding you've done this season, and none of those challenges were followed up with this, so this doesn't make any sense. But okay, that's a nitpick. The bigger issue is Courtney whining about Lindsay voting herself off, despite the fact that Courtney in turn voted Lindsay off.
It was selfish and thoughtless of Lindsay to leave so close to the finals.
I mean, we know Lindsay voted for herself, Harold and Beth voted Duncan, Owen voted for Courtney, leaving Duncan and Courtney's votes unaccounted for. So for Lindsay to have a majority of the votes, Duncan had to have voted her off. And given the relationships and alliances, that voting strategy made sense for Duncan.
Now there's 3 guys and only 2 girls. I'm basically being forced to form an alliance with Beth.
So why is Courtney complaining about this? You know what? Dumb question. I once referred to Courtney as having a very Karen personality, and complaining about nonsensically pointless things is just in character for that. I still don't like it, but I'll take a dumb excuse over no excuse any day. Courtney tries bribing Beth into an all-girls alliance, but Beth turns it down. Gee, I wonder why.
No! Mush! Mush! Mush? We're not sled dogs!
Actually, I was going to say Heather flashbacks, but that works too.
Come on, Blanky. That tickles. Wait a minute. Blankets don't have souls.
Some do, thank you very much. Oh, you meant soles is in the bottom of the foot. Fair enough.
Whoa. Check it out. This one snail, she sounds just like Lashana. She even looks like Lashana.
Would you like to repeat that for posterity?
She even looks like Lashana. See? Same soft eyes, same hard shell, same lusciously rounded booty.
Let the record show that Harold thinks that this cartoon character is just as attractive as this cartoon character. You do want Lashana to like you, right? But while that's likely the weirdest bespecial romance I've seen since the other animated Titanic movie, we have to cut to something even more out of the ordinary. The characters getting taken in their sleep to an undisclosed location. Oh wait, that's commonplace now. You know what isn't commonplace though? Production was nice enough to bring Lashana Jr. along with them, even keeping her in the exact same spot on Harold's pillow. I'd say that's uncharacteristically considerate of this show, but they were probably just hoping for another DJ, Jeff, and Bunny incident, so hope for the best, expect the worst.
No way! Whoa! Wires? I take back my whoa.
So would I. Where were those things in Superhero? Could have prevented 2 casualty counts if they had those there.
I knew that bungee wouldn't hold. That's what happens when production cheaps out. Welcome to the Total Drama Kung Fu Reward Challenge. In Kung Fu movies, actors train with stunt choreographers before they film their fight scene. Today, each team will have a trainer and a fighter. Pick your roles and train as hard as you can in the Kung Fu style of your choice. Today, we pit girls against boys.
No fair! The guys outnumber us 3-2.
Only 2 of the boys are competing today. Owen earned himself a penalty last night when he snuck off set to, go skateboarding. Check out this gnarly fakey 720 trick.
I'd call this a very sloppy way to keep Owen around as he's still playing the mole in this episode. But not only is that lie joke pretty funny, but so is the rest of the setup for this challenge. You got Courtney and Duncan, the 2 more aggressive people, training instead of fighting. And they each compete to one-up each other throughout the first act.
One with the pain.
Heck, they even throw in their own versions of wax on and wax off in this montage. And not that it's a competition, except it is a competition, but the girls' parody is easily the funniest.
That's it. Wax on. Wax off.
Ouch. We also see Harold swarm with bees, which don't leave a single stinger in him. He should go to Vegas because Harold is damn lucky. And we get hands down my favorite scene in the episode.
Try and hit me. Weak. Lame. My cat punches harder. Did I mention I kissed Lashana? Okay, better.
And that's what happens when Duncan lies about kissing a girl someone else on the show loves. I wonder what would happen if he actually did it. Oh, and for expert trolling, it's revealed the real challenge will be fought inside Rock'em Sock'em robot suits being controlled by Duncan and Courtney.
So what the heck was all that training for if I can't even control my own arm? It's a lesson in Zen, oh student.
I'd be upset by that pointlessness too, but it's a filler episode. They have more leeway with this.
When the beautiful geisha sounds the gong, the match will begin.
Owen tries giving teams the edge, but the key word was teams, meaning he gives each an equal advantage by giving away vital information on both sides.
Watch out for Beth's roundhouse kick. It's a killer.
I don't suppose you have any advice for us?
Watch out for Harold's left hook. It's a killer.
Jonathan Penner was a better double agent than that. Not that double agent. Also, my condolences to Penner for the loss of his wife.
Just hit the gong already. Enough. The match begin.
My belly button just went from an outie to an Annie.
Okay, I can't see these two fighting in these suits and not make this joke.
Hey, he was talking to me. Oh, he was talking to me. Why, you?
I'm so sorry.
Please let my death be one of the faster, less painful ones.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Think she's still alive?
My leg!
I think Pinky has asked smarter questions. Different Pinky. That's mistaken, all fairness. Harold is then let out of his costume.
Gosh, suddenly I can breathe better than usual. Chef Sword gave my nose hairs a wicked trim.
Okay, that's just awesome. And while the girls get KP duty, the boys are tasked with part 2 of the challenge. Climbing a mountain to deliver tea to a Sasquatch and Aqua in raiding cosplay.
Stupid water glass, sacred bonsai tree my butt. Whoa, since when are you part mountain goat?
He's literally ate plastic and wax this season, so his entire life, presumably.
Shut your traps and grab a blade.
Are we having a knife fight? I guess if it wasn't Courtney, this would be really hard to do. Excuse me? Don't pick a fight you can't win.
You know, even if this knife fight actually played out, it'd still be more civil than most red team punishments in Hell's Kitchen.
I'm about to show you, bitch.
You don't have to yell at me, I'm right
You better
here.
get out of my face.
Hey, I had to get one in there.
Y'all are gonna use those blades to cook a meal fit for a warrior. Kung Fu noodle soup. Vegetable stock, noodles, and the 7 deadliest species of fish known to man. Got your rabbit piranha. Poisonous goldfish.
Well, now we know the real reason Lindsay got voted off. I mean, would you trust her with making this meal?
I thought you said you passed biology.
I said I took biology.
That's a hard no. And speaking of who can you trust, that DJ, Jeff, and Bunny comparison I mentioned earlier? Yep, kinda close actually, as Harold loans LJ to Owen for safekeeping, and after several failed attempts by Owen to get Harold and Duncan to turn on each other...
Know what would be funny? Spilling Harold's water glass on his crotch.
No, thanks.
Why not?
Just don't feel like it.
Duncan's barely holding his water glass. If you pull out that righteous left hook of yours...
Oh, gentle geisha. Me, Duncan, the water, this mountain. We're all the same.
We've truly achieved peace on Earth. Owen uses LJ to manipulate Harold, which of course he falls for.
Whoa! Harold, did you hear that?
Did she just say kick his butt?
She totally did!
And then still doesn't turn on his worst enemy.
As Confucius once said, forgive thy enemy. Be reconciled to him.
Okay, forget the casualty counter, forget Lindsay voting herself off. This is the least believable thing I've seen on this show. I dare call it the least believable thing I've seen in all of reality television, and I've seen zombies.
They can raise the dead from the deadly haze.
Whoa.
Don't wave to them or say hello. They're just as stinky as the next fellow.
Ew. Okay, I can't do this. I'm allergic to fish, but I've seen you eat fish before. Yeah, but I'm allergic to them when they're still alive.
So you're allergic to this then?
You call this redemption? No, sir. That salmon was so raw, it was almost still swimming. It's raw!
Again, we're in the right environment, and I didn't use nearly enough of these when DJ was aligned with Chef, so making up for lost time. So, Beth gains permission from Courtney to use her PDA, all while Courtney is getting face hugged by a jellyfish.
It sure would be nice to talk to my sweetie Brady. Go ahead and call him.
Duncan and Harold finally make it to the top, and here's a big shocker, Harold takes out Duncan. Yeah, look at this clip from earlier.
How the heck am I gonna break up this dynamic duo? They're so gosh darn dynamic.
Yep, forget climbing the mountain. That was the real uphill battle. Seriously, how hard did it have to be to make one of these two take out the other? For just one more Hell's Kitchen reference, Joseph and Gordon Ramsay got along better than these two.
I ask the questions, you give the answers.
Want a jacket? Want to talk some shit? Let's go step outside, mother.
So Harold wins the reward, which Owen gets poisoned by.
Ooh, tastes like poisonous
Blowfish.
My leg!
And presumably Harold doesn't. You know what? Add one more there.
My leg!
And Courtney and Beth solidify their alliance. which doesn't even last to the end of the next episode. Seriously, what's the point of some of these alliances?
Sweet Lashana Jr., you guided me to victory. What can I do for you in return? Release you back into nature? But, I'm a man of my word. Hush, my darling, don't make this harder than it already is.
I gotta give him credit for finding new and creative ways to explore stupid.
Oh, go on!
Just get out of here, you stupid, dumb animal!
Wow, that's sad. And by sad, I mean pathetic. Will Lashana Jr. make it out of here before 2020?
And for that phenomenally missed opportunity, I'm gonna go punch myself in the face repeatedly. Oh my god, that was brutal. What do you mean, why don't I have any camera, mirror setting? Why don't I have any bruises? I don't think that's how that works. So that was Crouching Courtney Hidden Owen, and I hope you see why I wouldn't exactly call this a step in the wrong direction. I mean, it's nothing grand by any means, but it's a filler episode. I don't think that's what it was aiming for. You could count that as a mark against the episode, as nothing truly advances the plot. But if one is able to turn their brain off and just enjoy the comedy and action for what it is, it's actually more than serviceable. Sure, the opening makes little sense, as does the majority of Owen's inclusion, but those things don't really harm the story because the comedy kind of plays to the advantages of those weaknesses. So I give this episode a tentative thumbs up for proving it had the eye of the tiger and the heart of a dragon. And as much as I want to marathon the rest of this season in review format, there's one thing I need to tie up first. My Billboard Hot 100 Hot Takes for 2020. And for those of you who are less versed in popular music, allow me to give you a sample of some of the songs I'll be covering in the next video. From horrible intentions with no guidance to some blueberry fagos that are good as hell. We're in for one heck of a ride.
You're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep